Rise and shine, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Rise. We appear to be joined tonight by our Iron Man champion.
Back in his home country of England, here at Empress's Ballroom in Blackpool, as the crowd welcomes him with open arms.
Dobby's grabbing a microphone.
Let's see what he has to say here in England in Blackpool for the crowd.
How we doing, Blackpool? Man, I can't tell you how excited I am to be back in Blackpool. God, it's been maybe years now since I've been in Blackpool, and I absolutely love it here. But let's not waste any time here tonight. You all know why I'm out here. You all watched the show last week. You know, when I heard we were going back to Copperbox, I was excited because if you recall, when we were last in Copperbox here in MWA, I won the national title from Koloki, or versus Koloki, I suppose. And you know, that was such a high in my career, and I really enjoyed that. But what happened last week after the MWC World Title match, I can't say the same thing for. You see, I spoke to Slick backstage before the match, and he said to me, Dobby, you know I love you, but I need to do this myself. So when he got attacked before the match, I was hesitant, to say the least. I wanted to step out there, and I wanted to help my friend. But like he said to me, he needed to do this on his own terms. And he knows what Taco's like, and I know what Taco's like. So I bit my tongue and I let that happen. But then after the match, when Slick should have won, by the way, that ref screwed on him. I just couldn't let it happen now. The match was over, and I couldn't just sit there and watch my friend get beaten up. So you all heard my music, and I came out and I saved my friend. And you know, as happy as I am that Slick's okay, and he's wrestling later on tonight. Good luck, by the way, Slick. You know, I can't say I'm too happy, irregardless, because there is one thing on my mind, and that is that Taco is a pathetic champion, to say the least. See, I've known Taco now for maybe 6 years, and basically the whole time I've known him, he's been the same guy. Taco's always been out for number one, that being himself. See, even when he was a tag team champion, I saw him backstage without... I can't say that guy's name, but I would see him on his lonesome with the tag title in his hand, and he was just telling all the backstage workers that he was the real main part of that tag team. And you see, I find that pathetic, to be honest. And Taco and I, we have some things in common, let's say. Like, if you think back to 2019, if you were to tell anyone that we would have been fighting for the world title, or he would have been a world champion, they would have straight up laughed in your face. But such is the thing, this run, me and Taco both did our best work of our career. And yeah, I can't deny what he's done has been really impressive between the junior title and now being world champion. But I can't say I agree with how he's done it. Like I said, Taco is a pathetic champion. He doesn't do things the right way like I do with this Iron Man title. As much as Jacob Sterry will tell you I am a paper champion, you all saw at Road to Victory that is not the case when I beat 3 men in the same night. So, instead of talking further on this, I think I'm just going to lay my cards out on the table here. When I came out as the last Bastion at Heatwave, I set out a challenge here in MWA, and that was to save the company from people like EQ and people like Taco. And you know, as much as I love having this Iron Man title in my grasp, I think another title might need me a bit more right now. So Taco, with that world title over your shoulder, and the pay-per-view in England, I think Blackpool will agree with me here as well. I think I deserve a shot at that title, because it deserves to have a proper champion. And you know, At the end of Rise last week, I had blood on my hands, literally in the fact when I helped slip backstage. But I think the blood on my hands, metaphorically, would be even worse if at Broken Dreams I can't save MWA from you as champion. So come on, Taco, what do you say?
What does the icon have to say about this?
The Iron Man
Yeah,
champion just called out the world champion.
Well, let's see what he has to say as we hear his music. The world champ is the Iron Man champion. That's a match for life. That's a dream match.
Here comes the world champion.
I mean, Nuck, I think I can speak for all the crowd here in Blackpool. I think this is a match we all want to see. I think it's a dream match of all of us. So I think we all hope that the answer is yes. Let's go to war. But we're gonna find out what the answer is just about now. Let's hear what he has to say.
We're about to hear some words from the champion.
You rambled a lot about your past with Slick and your past with me. But that's the only thing that's remarkable about you. That Iron Man championship, what happened that road to victory, that doesn't mean anything. Your past with Slick, your past with me, that doesn't mean anything because we're in the present. And my title, what I hold, that has value. Your friendships, your relationships, any of that, that doesn't. And I've always known that. And I've stayed true to that. For my entire career, I've stayed true to myself because that's what anyone should do. That's what everyone should do. And you say you put your cards on the table, but you don't have any. You're in a position of powerlessness. You don't have a single thing here to offer me. You have nothing that I want. Scratch that. You have one thing that I want. You give me the opportunity to take something from you. You give me the opportunity to stop you being a champion. I don't accept your challenge, but I offer my own. I'm willing to put my title on the line because I'm a fighting champion. But I don't want that. I want to take it from you. But when I win it, and I will win it, I'm not keeping it. It's going to go in the garbage where it belongs. But the thing is, since you've come to me like a man, I have to respect that. So I think, why don't we do it in an Iron Man match? But we'll do it in a 20-minute Iron Man match. I need all the time I want to put you in your place.
That's a massive challenge. For next week at Broken Dreams, we could see these two titles get unified.
You know what, Taco? You're on. I'll see you at Broken Dreams.
Winner takes all.
Oh, and there we have it, Nuck. Dobby versus Taco, 20 minutes. Oh, swinging the line, ducking under it. And to the outside he goes.
Perhaps a match with one of the biggest implications in Minecraft wrestling. The Iron Man Championship and the World Championship will become one next Friday in 1 week at Broken Dreams.
This can shape MWS, we know it. This massive main event, 20 minutes, Iron Man match, winner takes all. Gonna be incredible. Make sure you tune in for that one. It's gonna be an absolute banger.
It's match time here on Rise. And unfortunately, for the last couple weeks, we've had to deal with a very unfortunate pair of tag team champions, Jacob Sterry, Raging Rich. They call themselves Rich and Richer. I believe some of the fans prefer the name Bitch and Bitcher. I'm unconfirmed on that.
Unfortunately, why are you complaining? They're the tag team champions. I want to see them every single week, every single hour, every single second of the day. Rich and Richer, ladies and gentlemen. Warm welcome, please.
Rich and Richer, of course, Jacob Sterry was in action last week, and he came up short in not only a loss against Doppel, but he got knocked out by Doppel, and that was Doppel's first win since last year at Extreme Chaos. It was an incredible moment for Doppel. Probably a pretty embarrassing.
That man's gonna be allowed to be in a wrestling ring.
It's very embarrassing for Jacob for sure. I can tell you that much. And tonight, Raging Rich gets his turn in the ring against someone who had his own loss last week, I would say.
Nuck, I think you're just jealous of that money.
We await Rich's opponents.
Opponent in quotation marks.
Here he comes!
A happy people love to cheer on.
Slickbait. According to my calculations, Slickbait should be world champion right now.
What calculation?
There was an unfortunate moment last week where Slickbait had Taco down. He hit a Peacemaker. Taco was down for the count. The referee was delayed just the slightest bit. And I'm convinced that the referee got that pin started any sooner, we'd have a new world champion right now, and Slickbait would not be walking into a match against Raging Rich of all people. He'd be walking into the main event. But nonetheless, Slickbait took the world champion.
Of all people.
Slickbait took the world champion to his limits last week, and Raging Rich should be a piece of cake as far as I'm concerned. People underestimate Slick, but you don't get to the top of the mountain without proving yourself to be worthy of being at the top of the mountain.
Nuck, I think you need to take a big bowl of copium, because the ref didn't count the 3. Slick isn't world champion, and he's facing a 10 times the wrestler he is, because Slick is barely a fucking wrestler.
Who won at Extreme Chaos this year? My point proven.
God.
Slick and
He
Rich
didn't win either.
both ready for this match to kick off. We start any second now.
You ever been hugged by Slick, Nuck? It's horrible.
I am Slick's best friend. We hug quite often.
I feel so bad for you.
Jacob trying to coach Slickbait outside the ring. Slickbait's getting a little distracted. A little bit of reference to the Spotlight champion.
Rich. Shutting him up. Exactly what it needs. A big ol' elbow to the face. Oh, but Slick under it. An arm drag from Slick now.
Raging Rich trying to throw a line. Slickbait moves out of the way. Slickbait's moveset, I would say, is not a lot of moves, but a lot of dodging. A lot of his opponent comes after him and tries to hit something. And like you're seeing with that arm drag, Slick counters. He takes advantage. But he's
How
not
this guy
one.
manages to win matches is beyond me.
He's not one to throw strikes himself. Now he's going to the corner. Last week, he took a little tribute to me in the corner and threw some 10-count punches. But this time, he's going for a bulldog, sending Rich to the middle of the canvas.
Nowhere else for him to go. Slick trying to rally up the crowd.
Slickbait's clapping. The crowd here at Empress Ballroom is clapping along. Or rather,
Jacob coming to the aid of his best friend, trying to get him to ride together, get his mind back in the game.
I should correct myself. With technical limitations, the crowd is saying the word clap out loud. So the referee starts to count Rich. Rich! We're not very deep in the match, and Rich is already outside the ring trying to avoid Slick, but Slick...
Oh my
Slick's on the
god.
top rope, but Slickbait got planned. He's diving.
Oh my god,
Crossbody.
no!
Taking out Rich, and Rich are both. They're down on the outside.
They have to be dead. That's like a boulder.
He is not that fat.
He's incredibly fat. You feed him nothing but Taco Bell.
And it makes him strong.
Makes him fat.
Slickbait, a former world champion based off of my regime, my diet.
Hook
He's
at the
getting the
leg.
pinfall. This gotta be it. What? That's...
Kick out a one.
Rich has to be taking some supplements if he's
Slick.
kicking out that soon of a crossbody like that.
Slick doing a crossbody like Liam Payne, and still Rich managed to kick out.
That was a rough one.
And I'm
Raging
taking the
Rich.
fight to Slick.
Raging Rich with some strikes. Grabbing the head of the Peacemaker, bring them to the ropes.
They're finally getting some offense in, some much needed offense.
Oh
actually
my
wrestling,
god.
And now smartly using, I guess, the referee to his advantage, distracting him. Well, what a great friend Jacob is. Aiding his best friend in a match. Good for him.
This is
Breaking
not
the
right.
back
This
now,
is not
Slick.
fair. These are things that if Jacob Sterry was not hopping up in the apron and distracting the referee, he'd be disqualified and Slick would already have the match won. Not that
Nuck,
this
if
is
you
a
wouldn't
worry.
do that for Slick, then you're a bad friend.
As you see Slick kick out of that 2 count. I would not do that for Slick. I offered to throw in the towel, and he said no, and he went on and he won the world title. I would never interfere in Slick's match.
A good friend would throw in the towel. Rich
Raging
getting
Rich.
on top of him now.
Raging
Elbow
Rich
smash
mounting
to the
Slick
face.
bait.
Pound that big, thick skull of his into the floor, just what we want to see. But it's going to take a lot more than that to damage the absolutely massive skull that is that Slick has.
That's an odd comment to make when Jacob Sterry has a headbutt in his moveset because he's known to have the thickest skull in Minecraft wrestling.
Slick also has a headbutt in his moveset. Fair to point out.
Raging Rich Exploder suplex.
Jacob proud of his best friend, one half of the tag team champions.
Rich went outside the ring to pose as if the fans love him, but the fans do not seem very happy to see him. They seem rather uncomfortable to be in a close vicinity of Rich.
These fans don't know talent if it hit them in the face with a brick.
Rich is back in the ring now. Slickbait
Time
had a
to
bit of time to
appreciate some real
recover.
wrestling. Unlike
he can
when
use
Slick
that.
gets offense.
See if Slick can use that moment to his advantage, and he does. He's grabbing on the ropes. Rich trying to throw Slick down with a powerbomb of some sort, but Slickbait's not letting it happen.
He's trying to pull him off now, but Slick manages to slip off on his own.
Slickbait on the apron.
There
Headbutt!
we go, that fat-ass head of his crashing against Rich. Oh my god, if he wasn't dead before, he is now. Oh, he's still on his feet though.
Slickbait has a thin skull, but a massive brain that makes that headbutt incredibly effective.
I don't think that makes
Hurricane
sense.
Rana.
He stole that from me.
Slick's got the momentum. Slick's got the advantage. Jacob Sterry's on the outside. Horrified of what he's seeing. Belly to
Was that
belly
Slick's
suplex.
brain? And Slick now going crazy. Somebody put this man in a hospital.
Slickbait staring off with Jacob Sterry.
Someone needs to put Slick in a psych ward.
A few weeks ago, at Takeoff Akinokani Bar, I think it's fair to mention, Slickbait teamed up with Lucas, of all people, to try and take the tag championships away from Richard Richards. Slick and Lucas came up short.
Wait, will Slick hug Jacob though? Look on the outside here, Nuck. Jacob trying to back away from it. Slick trying to hug him. I don't blame Jacob from getting away from this. This is the worst fate.
Oh, here we...
Oh, what the hell? What is he doing out here? Two fake wrestlers. Oh no. This is not what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Slick though, slingshot spear.
Double outside with the insurance claim to Jacob Sterry. Slick
This
on
is
the
horrible.
inside.
The tag team
Spearing
champs
Raging
are
Rich.
getting lynched.
That's a bad choice of words. Slick Bait's got Rich in position. He's got the arm spinning him around. Peacemaker!
Oh my god.
That's it. Slick
Absolutely
Bait's got the
blindsided.
win.
The cheat that is Doppel. I don't expect anything else from my guy that doesn't even wrestle.
Count it, ref.
Doesn't know the basic rules of
1,
wrestling. This is
2,
horrible. This is
3.
unjust. Oh my
Slick
god.
Bait gets the win. Slick
Cheat,
Bait gets the
cheat.
win. Slick
Absolute
Bait
cheat.
with the momentum that he's so desperately needed after some harsh losses these past few weeks. A big victory over one half of the tag team champions.
Absolutely
And
Rob was one
it
half
looks
of the
like-
tag team champions.
It looks like he did it with somebody else by his side.
Yeah, because he couldn't do it any other way.
Could we be seeing something forming between Slick and Doppel right now?
As he hugs Doppel. Oh my god, this is the worst pairing MWA could possibly have.
Now, I do want to point out, Slick Bait just got a win over Raging Rich. Doppel last week got a win over Jacob Sterry.
Oh,
My
God,
math-
you can imply what I think you want to imply.
My math tells me I think they deserve a little
No,
something, and Doppel might agree. As Doppel,
No. This is not how you get it. You want to get shots at tag titles, Oh, wait, what does Doppel have to say now?
Right, you two, I need you to listen for a second, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching you two drive the tag division into the ground and do nothing about it. You're letting this division die. Every second that you hold those belts, it's a curse on our titles. Now, I need a minute to think about my math here. Obviously, you think I'm so dumb, so I'll get Slick to help me out with it. Now, Slick, let me think about this here. One person who beats a tag team champion plus another person who beats a tag team champion. I think that adds up to 2 people who have earned a tag team title match. Don't you think, Slick?
Yeah, but did you say who your partner was gonna be? You mean me, right?
Who else would I be talking about, dumbass?
Oh, hell yeah!
they're hugging. We got
Dumb
a
as
team.
a bag of sand. What the hell is going on? Why is this happening?
I think we have a match made for Broken Dreams, and I think we might be looking at our next MWC Tag Team Champions right here.
No, we aren't. These guys aren't a tag team. They barely know each other. Rich and Richer will survive and win through true friendship and actual wrestling.
Slick Bait with a victory over Rich. Doppel with a victory over Jacob Sterry. If they can put that together and beat Rich and Richer, Slick Bait will have tag gold for the first time, and I believe so will Doppel.
Stumbled their way to a tag title shot. This is unjust.
Slick Bait, of course, a former world champion, but Doppel, I can note, has not won gold singles or tag since the MWC started. Doppel would get his first championship in years.
With good reason.
It is time for the national champion to make his mark on Rise. After stating it last week that Steve will be open for any challenges, open for anything he needs to do to keep that belt around his waist, him and Saints are here to host an open challenge. I have no idea who's going to accept it. You, Colt?
I have no clue who could accept this open challenge. It could be anybody for all we know, Nuck. But what I do know is that Saints is here. He's got a pie in hand, and he's going to watch his buddy Steve go to war with whoever's going to accept this open challenge.
Who do you think it's going to be?
We saw that road to victory, Nuck. Steve beat Kolonki for that national heavyweight championship, and now he's the reigning and defending champion. And here in England, it is Steve City. and they're chanting it loud. You can see a sign in the crowd right on the ramp that says Steve City right there, Nuck. You see it?
I do see it. I want to know who you think is going to accept, because I got 40 bucks.
Wait,
Oh!
wait.
Is Bryce
no
out of
way.
prison? Is Aliku back? Oh my god. What the hell?
It's Jacob Cage, but is
He
he
blasted out his mind.
um
He is slaughtered.
it's Jacob Cage of DDD, and you know people are glad to see Jacob Cage, but did he drink his sorrows away? I mean, I know the bars here in England are like, you know, are a must go, but man,
I know
damn,
Road to
this is
Victory.
kind of sad.
I know Road to Victory was last month, but we might have our very own Victory Road here tonight. Now, before his theme cut off, I was going to say I had 40 bucks on AJ Phoenix being the one who accepts Steve's open challenge. I guess I'm out 40 bucks.
Yeah, that 40 bucks goes to me now.
You didn't even say who your prediction was.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Well, I have a feeling that Steve does not have much work in front of him.
Well, we've seen how Jacob Cage performs when he's drunk.
Yeah, he
saw our
touches his
takeoff
pickle.
around a month ago.
He hasn't wrestled since.
Do we
Jacob
have a rehab
Sterry.
program here in the MWA?
I don't think Jacob Sterry has had a sober. Jacob Cage has had a sober moment of his life in the last month or two. His
He came out of
fraternity's
his
gotten.
mother's womb drinking beer.
Jacob Cage's fraternity has gotten a little wild, and I'm not talking about Delta Delta Dropkick. A few weeks ago, Jacob Cage drove drunk, turned over his car, nearly followed in Bryce's footsteps. Thankfully, he was able to claim self-defense, and he is still here tonight, able to wrestle for us.
Well, he's in a lockup right now. Steve has him cornered. And the ref's telling both men to back up, or telling Steve to back up. Let's go at the count of 4. And a big open hand chop. That's sizzling.
You could hear the effects of that chop all the way in Steve City.
Well, England is Steve City.
England is not a city, Mr. Paul. Beal sending Jacob Cage to the middle of the ring. Or no, I'm sorry, sending Steve to the middle of the ring and throwing him outside.
Tossing
Jacob
him out
Cage.
like yesterday's garbage.
Jacob Cage might be a little more sober than I thought.
Jacob Cage.
Jacob Cage said, "Come on, Ray." I think he thinks he's the wrong Jacob.
I don't know what Jacob is doing. I don't know if he was trying to rebound into a dive.
Oh, now he's in front of us.
Uh-oh.
No, don't break the table. Now we don't have a table.
Oh.
This
Well,
fat
our
fuck just lands
table
under the table.
Well, our
I
table
mean-
has been reinforced by MWA officials.
Jacob Cage is a big boy, upwards of 400 pounds, I last heard. Steve hooking the leg. He's trying to get a pinfall after that senton. Jacob Cage somehow kicking out.
Big kick out at 2, but Steve has a lot more work to get done. And now a big stomp to the stomach. Over and over again.
Steve following that up with a jumping knee drop. Hitting one more pinfall. This has got to be. Yeah, I can't imagine Jacob Cage has much more left
Oh, he
in him. But
kicked out.
every time he gets pinned, he kicks out. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Punch to the gut. Steve is fighting back. Going for another punch. Jacob Cage somehow blocking the punch with whatever cognitive ability he has left. Now he's throwing strikes of his own. This is ridiculous. This guy has gotta be like world of t-shirt levels right now. And he's fighting back. He's hitting the ropes. And okay, no, maybe Jacob Cage isn't doing the best right now. If he throws up, I have to owe Colt another $1, so I hope that doesn't happen. Steve's got Jacob Cage up. He just put Jacob Cage in the top rope, but Bob Backlund-esque strength from the leader of Steve City. He runs through, running knee lifts. Jacob Cage falls down to the ring mat. Steve goes for a back elbow. Jacob Cage moves out the way. Shoulder tackle. This is a hell of a lot more fight than I was expecting. I'm a little shocked. Jacob Cage following it up with a clothesline. Steve is down. Steve is crawling to the ropes to get back up to his feet. And Jacob Cage is standing tall on his own. But Jacob Cage might have to run backstage and run to a bathroom. We're going to get sick tonight here on Rise, I think. We're going to have to clean the ring. This is not the main event. We still have our main event tonight. Corner splash. Jacob Cage thinks he's in a tag title match. I think he thinks he's facing Rich right now. I'm really not sure what's going on in his head. We need to get, like, authorities out here. Something. I don't really know what to do about this. Fireman's carry. Oh my God. We got Jacob Cena in the house. He's struggling really hard to hit that beer belly splash, but he hits it. He's going for a cover. New national champion. New national champion, Jacob Cage. He says count the 4. What the hell is he thinking? Steve is alive. Steve kicks out. Didn't quite make it to 4. Didn't quite make it to 3 either. I guess is the more important number. Don't tell Jacob Cage that. But nonetheless, Jacob Cage bringing Steve up, trying to hit a suplex, the twisted T-bone he calls it, which is something he's had far too much of before tonight. But Steve manages to fight out, ducks the clothesline. Steve's got the momentum back, scoop slam. Jacob Cage is back on his fat ass for the first time in a few minutes in this matchup. After a streak of dominance that I think not a single person expects him to pull off. Steve has the upper hand. The national champion has the upper hand once again. He goes for a spear. Jacob Cage with a knee lift. He just countered a spear from the national champion. Party foul. No. This would be a travesty. Oh, no. He's getting sick.
Oh, no. He had it in the bag right there. He hit the party foul and he just... Wait a minute. Wait, no.
Oh, no. 1, 2. Oh, my God. Steve gets a rope break and keeps his championship. That would have been the most unfortunate title change in MWC history.
That would have been a fall off harder than Jacob Sterry's fall off that we've seen over the past few weeks.
Not since Slickbait pinned Rock clean to win the world championship would there have been a title change that tragic. We still have a main event tonight. We're going to hear from Kaga and Mem tonight after Milky laid out the challenge for that cell match last week. And there's vomit on the side of the ring. We're going to have to get that cleaned up.
I'm not cleaning it.
I didn't think you were. Jacob Cage goes for another party foul. Steve, bicycle knee strike. He's got Jacob Cage in his arms. He's countering. Are we about to see the end of this match? Jacob Cage off the ropes, thrown up in the sky, pop-up power bomb.
Straight to hell.
Cover. This has got to be it. This has got to be a retain for the national champion as the referee counts all the way to 3.
1, 2, 3, and that seals the deal. Steve
I am-
retains the National Heavyweight Championship.
I am appalled. That match went about 7 minutes, and that is maybe 8 more minutes than I expected Jacob Cage to last in the condition he was in. Normally, if you get drunk and you get sick and you throw up, you start to feel a little better. But I guess maybe that lessens the contents of his beer belly. Got a little smaller. His biggest weapon was decreased a little bit, and that was enough to give Steve the victory.
Try to make rumors, not try to make conspiracy theories on Jacob Cage's beer belly. Save that for another time.
Well, as you say, the national champion is alive and he is strong. And he has retained his championship tonight. From Steve City all the way to Blackpool here in the Empress Ballroom. The crowd is full. No! Oh no,
Hey,
what
wait.
the hell? Oh my god, no!
Jasper!
Jasper's attacking Steve. I didn't know Jasper was friends with Delta Dropkick. Oh my god. Jasper's just laying at the national champion.
The shotgun drop kick into
A
the
shot-
corner. Into the ropes, excuse me.
Steve's back, already in terrible shape from having to carry Jacob Cage for the last 10 minutes,
Wait a
and now
minute, Jasper's
Jasper
got a
just laid him
martini.
out.
Jasper's got
Shut
a
up!
martini
Shut
too.
up! Everybody, shut up! And now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your national champion. Come on, come on now. You don't even want to come on, Blackpool. All right, okay. But it's time to cross your arms, shut your mouths. The one in a million is speaking. None of you are sleeping. Shut your mouths. None of you are sleeping, okay? None of you are sleeping. You see, ladies and gents, now that I've absolutely dismantled Doppel, I have a one-way road to the national title. A road that I should have had months ago, but I was robbed from a fair chance. Luckily, though, justice has been served, hasn't it, Blackpool? Now, Steve, let me just sit down by you for a sec. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane, should we? All right, if I can recall correctly, and of course, you know, as I'm always correct, I was the one that took that Iron Man championship from you, and afterwards, you are floating in limbo, directionless, and on a road of your own. A road to failure. But until these fans dragged you up. But Steve, I never needed these fools. And I've beaten you before. And I intend on doing the same thing again. As the one in a million becomes your rightful MWC National Champion.
Jasper has not held gold since the MWC Junior Championship was unified at the Iron Man Championship. And the man who beat him in that match,
No, I don't know what happened. I just fell asleep.
I saw the whole thing. So basically, Jasper challenged Steve for the national championship. And I was gonna say,
tell me when Jasper's
Jasper's not held singles gold since he unified the
Tell me
Junior
when his balls
Championship with the
drop.
Iron Man Championship. The man who beat him to unify those titles was the man who laid out in the very ring right there. They're going to compete once again for another championship, and we'll see who wins next Friday at Broken Dreams. It is main event time here on Rise. And unlike most weeks where we have a match for you tonigght, tonight's something's a lot more important because it is just about the end of an era that we are seeing here. Milky has vowed to wrestle one last match next Friday at Broken Dreams. And he called out these two men specifically, Danger Kong and Memorize. Two men who made their returns very recently. I've not spoken
two
to a ring like
baddest
this in
men
very
walking
long.
in the MWA, and we need to hear what Kong and Mem have to say right now. So let's listen in.
For the first time in nearly 4 years, I'm standing in this ring with a microphone. Not only that, this is the first time in years that I've actually been in England, standing next to the greatest British wrestler of all time. You know, me being the greatest American one, of course. You know, I had the idea that I would be in this ring talking about the new era of Minecraft wrestling and how Milky is finally gone. But then the man decided to show up last week and say he's sticking around for just one more beating. We took so much joy in knowing that we were the reason he's gone. And I can't help but respect it. But it annoys me because I have a dream. I have a dream of a new Minecraft wrestling, and I am willing to sacrifice my own being for that dream, just as Milky is doing for his retirement dream. And though I respect the fight in you, Milky, on the other hand, I'm angry. Angry that Japan wasn't enough for you, and that we have to do this one more time in a cage of hell. You think that you're in control over this situation. No, I stopped you from retiring the first time, because that's for me and Mem to decide. So when you and whichever idiot decides to step in that cage with us, we decide when hell ends. If you thought Japan was bad, just wait till we're locked in that cage. The enjoyment I had when I took that steel chair and wrapped it around your head, or when I returned after nearly 4 years and pinned you at Heatwave. I'm craving that. I'm craving that again. We're ending your career and whatever is left of your life from that last beating we gave you. Once the heart, soul, and spirit of Minecraft wrestling is put down, I will reign as the ace of this place once again and create my own Minecraft wrestling. A Minecraft wrestling in which Milky doesn't exist. A Minecraft wrestling in which Kong and Mem are seen as the greatest of all time once again. A Minecraft wrestling that beats with a black heart.
Wait just a second!
This might be the last time that we ever hear this theme song on Rise. So take the moment in while you still can, because here comes the All Heart.
I don't think this is going to be a face-to-face confrontation. I think this is going to be a fight. Kong just threw his microphone outside of the ring. He's looking to fight.
As we wait Milky, I want to point out we still don't know who's going to team up with Milky, if he has a partner at all. Here he comes.
There he is.
I don't think he cares. I think he's willing to go into this fight alone next week if he has to.
What?
He's looking behind him. There's nobody there.
Who could possibly...
Doesn't look like that's stopping it from doing anything.
Wait a minute.
Here we go. It's fight time.
Oh,
no, Block
Block
18. Milky's theme is still playing. This is a little tragic. He just got taken out by Mem.
That's the same move Mem hit on Milky back at Heatwave when Mem made his return to the MWA.
Kong did not have to do a thing. He's just making fun of Milky. He's waiting in the corner.
Oh
That
no,
Glock
I think we all know
18.
what's about to happen.
That Glock 18 might have been enough.
The memory loss.
But with the memory loss to combo, I don't know. If Milky is alone in the ring right now and Kong and Mem keep doing what they're doing, I don't know if we're making it to next week. I don't know if Milky's making it to Broken Dreams.
This is a vicious assault on Milky.
Milky trying to get up to his feet desperately.
Oh no.
Mem lifts him up to the sky. Hallucinator.
The one-winged angel. And Milk soon to be floating with the angels at the hands of Mem and Kong.
It's a bit of a somber feeling in the Empress Ballroom right now. It's the Black Heart and the Knife Edge have complete control of the ring, and they are using it to the fullest extent.
Oh no.
Taking turns.
Wait.
What is
Wait,
this?
it's Cruz!
Wait!
It's Cruz!
Oh,
What
the
is
general
Cruz
manager
doing
of
here?
Rise is here.
Wait!
Oh no, no! He just got taken
Superman
out by.
punch!
I.
Kong just took out the GM!
If the GM's not here, I don't know if Cruz is here to be Milky's partner or if he was just here to enforce rules. But no matter what, it doesn't look like he has much to say anymore. Gong just took him out clean. Him and Milky are both down. Holding on to that knee that put him into retirement so many years ago. Every match
Oh
he's had
no!
since
He's
has
stomping
been
on the knee!
every match Cruz has had since has been fighting through the pain, fighting through doctor's orders. And it looks like Mem knows that very well, targeting the knee, while Cruz can't even stand up on his own 2 feet right now.
I don't think Cruz.
On grabbing Milky's head. He can. Oh my god!
What?
The franchise! The franchise!
No way.
That's gonna even the odds. Where is he? Where is
I
he?
see it. I believe it.
Here we go. We last saw Ult in the main event of Heat Wave. He had a noble effort, but he came up
got a
short against the
crowbar.
world champion. We haven't seen Ult in months, and he's back.
He's got a crowbar, Nuck, and he's doing the work.
Him and Milky did not leave off in the best of terms all those months ago, with everything that happened between Milky and the franchise players. But all that is water under the bridge when it comes to fighting off Mem and Kong. There is a much bigger goal that these two must unite in. And is Ult here to accept Milky's need for a partner for next week?
I think we might have our answer, Nuck.
Look, I know you're probably one of the last. I'm probably one of the last people you expect. Show up here and help you out, Milky. But hear me out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you all here tonight in England. Last time you saw me here was that heat wave when I lost to the Icon Taco. And after that loss, I made up my mind that this was it for me. I was done, leaving everything behind. I've achieved a lot in this ring, and I was content with quietly riding off into the sunset, calling it a career. But even though I was done wrestling, it didn't mean I was going to stop watching the action. Because see, I've been at the shows, whether it be Rise or Takeoff, I've been there. And one of the things that doesn't sit right with me is the two of you, Kong and Mem, acting like you run this shop, coming out here, running your mouths, disrespecting not only Milky, but every single person who has built and shaped Minecraft wrestling into what it is today. Now, I may not have been the greatest person over the past year or so, given some of my antics, the whole franchise players, being disrespectful to all of you, but I want to make things right for me, to clear my conscience. I don't see any better way of doing that than getting locked in a cage and getting the chance to beat the hell out of you two right here in England. So, Milky, I know we haven't seen eye to eye. We haven't had the best relationship over the past year. Even though we've teamed up at the 11-year show, we both did that reluctantly, with no say. But right now, the way I look at it is that you're fighting those two for the past few months. And you're going to need someone that will go to hell and back So I'm putting it out there right here and now. Let me be your partner for your last match.
Milky looks a little hesitant, but I don't think he has any other choice. We are a week away, and Ult's the only one to have offered to get locked up in that cage with him, to take on the two men standing on the stage right now, Kong and Mem. It's to be quite the internal battle for Milky, if he dares to accept this offer.
Will he accept?
And it looks like he might. And here we are. It is official. Next week, MWA Broken Dreams, the end of an era. It could very well be the last match of every man we see in the arena right now. Kong and Mem in a cage of hell take on Ult and Milky and put an end to this rivalry once and for all. You will not want to miss this show.
The very fate of the MWA is at stake at Broken Dreams.
No matter what the outcome is, with Milky leaving, with Ult on his last legs, I think the landscape changes quite a bit after this match. So take in the moment while you can. Milky bows out. He exits the stage for the last time. Thank you all, and good night as the sun sets on MWA Rise.